Alright guys, welcome back, and in this video I am going to show you how to build a Python tool to scan for a robots.txt file. Now if you don't know what the robots.txt file is, it's this. So whenever you make a website, a bunch of search engines like Google and Yahoo, they're going to crawl your website, and that's how with the crawler they're going to go through page by page and store it in their search engine. So then whenever people type in thenewboston.com, all of the results pop up for everyone's profiles page, the forum post, whatever. Now the problem with this is whenever you're developing a website, there are some pages that you don't want Google to crawl. So examples of these pages would be like the admin login page, maybe some sensitive areas, maybe some moderator panels. So a lot of the private areas of the website, you want to make sure that Google doesn't crawl those. So what you can do is you can make a special file called robots.txt, and you can upload this to your server. And usually what web developers do is they list all the files that they don't want Google to crawl, and then Google ignores them. Same thing with Yahoo. Now the thing is, and the cool thing is, whenever you're analyzing a website for security issues, one of the first files that you always go to is that robots.txt file. Why is that? Well, if the developer said, hey Google, don't crawl these because people shouldn't be looking at them, well, we can just look at it and say, oh, so these are all the areas that are kind of sensitive. So it's pretty cool. And yeah, what we need to do is we actually need to use a new package to download this file and store the results. So let me make a new Python file, and I'll just name it robots_text.py. Alright, so I'm sure you guys used URL lib before. So all this does is it allows you to basically make a request to a URL, like a GET request, and I don't know, simple enough. So basically download files from the internet. Now we also need to import a package called IO, and this is just for encoding, so we can make sure that we have, we're getting our data in a readable format that we can work with. So robots.txt. So what we're going to do is we're going to pass in a URL, and here's the thing. So this isn't actually code, I just want to show you guys something. So we're going to pass in a URL like this, reddit.com, and the robots.txt file is on the top domain, so robots.txt. Now the trouble with this is whenever users are using this tool, I don't know if they're going to format their URL like this, or they're going to format it like this. So some people have that little / at the end, some people don't. So I just want to check for that first. So this has nothing to do with the tool, just kind of user experience, if you will. So I'll just write if URL that they passed in ends with a /, then what we want to do is we want to take that path and just keep it as the URL. Alright, so if it ends with a /, then we're just going to use that with a / at the end. Else, if it doesn't end with a /, then we're just going to add one to the end. So by the time we get done with this, they're always going to have a / at the end, nice and consistent. So URL plus the /. So again, if it already ends with a /, then just use that URL. Else if it doesn't, then we're going to tack on the URL. Simple enough, easy wheezy. Alright, so now what we have to do is we actually have to make the request to that file. So what we're going to do is we're going to request a file from the internet. So URL lib.request, and now it says, okay, what file are you requesting? I need the URL of it. Well, it's just path right here plus, actually you need to surround this in robots.txt, and the second one I just write data equal to none. And here I actually need to write URL open. Alright, so this is the function URL open. So it's pretty much going to open this file right here, which is going to be reddit.com/robots.txt, thenewboston.com/robots.txt, ebay.com/robots.txt, whatever, and it's going to store the request or the results right in here. And now we just need to make sure that our data is encoded properly, so we can work with it in Python without it freaking out. So IO text IO wrapper. So this is our request, and we just want to set the encoding to UTF-8. Standard encoding. And now let's just return whatever those results were. So data.read, and let me format this, and there you go. So again, all we're doing is we're going to pass in a URL, some website, we're going to get the robots.txt file, and then we're going to return the results, the data. Now, just so we can prove that this works, let me print get robots.txt, and we'll do it for reddit.com, and let me run that right there. Alright, so this is reddit.com's robot.txt. So there you go, looking beautiful, and you guys can play around with this, throw in a few more websites, but I done with that test right there. Alright, so we got the robots.txt file, we got the IP address, we did an Nmap scan. Looking good. This tool is looking sweet, and in the next video I'm going to show you how to get the who is of a website. See you next time.